Here's the interesting thing about Giles Jackson and Xavier Worthy. They did. I mean, this. It's not like this is a relationship that goes back. Like, they were boys before recruiting. They just got to know one another. They just started connecting here during the recruiting process, and very quickly have struck up a connection, and one that is, I think, functional for Michigan. I think that one of the reasons why Xavier Worthy is feeling Michigan is Giles Jackson. I think Josh Gaddis is the biggest reason, but putting Giles on him, I think, was a stroke of genius because, as we have watched this unfold. Now, interestingly enough, Xavier Worthy was slated to announce his decision here before the end of the month, right? He's changed his mind. He's decided to delay that decision. That is a fortuitous bounce for Michigan. It is my belief that while Michigan has maintained its persistence in recruiting him, I just get the feeling that this has something to do with something going on over with Oregon. I don't think it's the number of receivers that they're taking, because we knew Franklin Trey Franklin was going to be in the fold. I'm hearing Dante Thornton is a lean to them as well. They're a squad that were talking going 4 receivers deep. At least that's what the word was. So that wouldn't be news. I think something else has happened. I don't know what, but it has put him back out in the open to the point, guys, where I think Michigan is very much in play. I no longer think that, I had like a confidence level of 8 or 9 with Oregon on him. I'm coming way off of that. I haven't yet decided whether I'm going to take the crystal ball off of Oregon, but I'm taking it way down from in confidence level. Michigan is in great shape with this young man. They prioritized him. They got Giles Jackson on him. He's talking to him on almost a daily basis. It seems like Michigan in very good shape with Xavier Worthy, Steve.
And he just got bumped into the top 100 as his ascent continues. I've been calling this one for a while. I don't think he's done. I think when he gets on a more national stage at the high school level, I think he's going to continue to excel. And here's the other thing, going back to Giles Jackson, you guys got to agree here. If you're a Michigan fan, you got to want him to blow up big time this year, because he is a passionate advocate for the program and Josh Gaddis. And for a kid from Northern California to maybe become kind of a superstar level player or even a star level player for them is something that, like you said, somebody that he really didn't even know Worthy that well, and is becoming a factor in helping Michigan try to reel this kid in. He's one of those guys, I feel like, if he blows up on a national level on the field, is a guy that can really, really help their recruiting, become a really visible guy, and not just within the Michigan market, but a guy that, like I said, if he has a big season and becomes more visible nationally, it can be a really big asset for them on the recruiting trail. And yeah, I mean, we'll see where it goes with Worthy. I think the other storyline to watch there is which of the 4 SEC schools, because his 6 finalists were Michigan, Oregon, 4 SEC programs. Interested to see if any of those 4 maybe really start to kind of peak out from each other. Alabama's already got, I think, 3 top 100s committed. They're in on a couple more. Auburn's the one I'm interested in, because you haven't really heard much about Auburn and Xavier Worthy. LSU still around, but I believe they're trending for their yearly in-state top 100 receiver that happens every single cycle. And then, I can't even remember who the other school is that he's still considering, but interested to see if any of those SEC programs, if we maybe start to hear more about one of those, but yeah, first, initial knee-jerk reaction is him backing off this commitment date would be beneficial to Michigan more than any of these other programs.
Yeah, huge. And it takes me to a message board post about Xavier Worthy a couple of days ago, and someone said, I still recruit this guy. He's gonna go to Oregon, and when a kid like that on the other side of the country commits to a school close to home, he never backs out. Why even waste your time? And this is a textbook example of why you stay the course with this kid anyway. Even if he had committed to Oregon, he hasn't visited any of the schools on his list. I mean, he hasn't visited. He's never been to Oregon. So it stands to reason that this is a young man that once he commits, he's probably going to want to explore his options just to see. But this, I mean, before you even get there, before he even gets to the point of announcing for Oregon, he backs off of his commitment date. This is why you stay the course in